Buffalo Bills signed safety Lewis Cine, poaching him from the New York Jets at 6'2", 199 pounds. Lewis Cine is a ferocious hitter, a first-round pick that is going to come in and help the Buffalo Bills' depth at the safety spot. Here's a clip from Cine in college on a hit with Kyle Pitts, tight end. Look at the hit here. Both of them knocked out, but it just goes to show you what Cine is all about. Not shying away from hard hits. I mean, just over the middle on Kyle Pitts, who's 6'6", a tight end. I mean, laying the lumber. Just some stats on Cine we could clearly see. I already mentioned 6'2", 199 pounds, but he ran a 40-yard dash at 4.37. Just goes to show you the ultimate speed that he ultimately has. And you could see when he was getting drafted, you could see the overall grades here and the prospect that he ultimately was. When you compare all the metrics with his height, his bench, his weight, his vertical, his shuttle, I mean, he was a top-tier elite grade. And it was said that he was going to be signing with the New York Jets, but at the last minute ends up deciding to go with the Buffalo Bills. And I think the reason for this is because of the opportunity on the Buffalo Bills. Knowing that we really don't have a solidified starter at the other safety spot. Yes, Taylor Rapp, but Damar Hamlin, Cam Lewis, Mike Edwards, guys competing, Cole Bishop, our rookie. We really don't have a solidified starter on that opposite safety spot. So Cine is coming in to the Buffalo Bills thinking, hey, look, I'm going to go in their practice squad. Micah Hyde's not there anymore, and I have a real shot at competing and being their starter for 2024. Just to give a little bit more context on Cine, you could see during his rookie year was drafted in the first round, 32nd overall, but he played in just 3 games after suffering a season-ending injury during a game versus the Saints in London. Similar to Matt Milano and how he injured himself on that dirty London turf, he ended up suffering a compound fracture of his lower leg while covering a punt return. He did make a full recovery, but only played in 7 games in 2023 due to some struggles during his game that left him inactive for several games. So shortly after this, the Vikings end up with their roster cuts and cut him on Tuesday. Rumors were swirling that he was going to sign with the New York Jets, but the 24-year-old changed his mind last minute to join the Buffalo Bills. Now, Joe Douglas, the GM for the New York Jets, says that he just had a change of heart. The Jets were expecting Cine to fly to New Jersey for a physical and sign with them, but instead flew to Western New York. And this really breaks down the safeties on the team here for the Bills. Taylor Rapp, Damar Hamlin, Cole Bishop, Mike Edwards, and Cam Lewis. Now Cole Bishop dealing with the shoulder. Mike Edwards dealing with the hamstring. Missed most of training camp and also the offseason with all these injuries. Not having Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. This left a glaring hole at the safety spot for the Buffalo Bills. And Cine has a real shot at coming in here to compete. Cine also has a connection with Jamil Adai, the Buffalo Bills' new defensive backs coach, who's really starting to resurrect Kaiir Elam's career here in Buffalo. But having that connection with Cine all the way back in Georgia in 2021, Jamil Adai should definitely get the most out of Cine. And clearly we saw Cine, a first-round pick coming out of college, working with Adai in college, probably got the most out of him. Is a great thing to see and a great sign that our guy Adai is going to get the most out of Cine while he's here on our practice squad. And let me remind you, this is not the first steal this offseason of the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. Brandon Corrington, 7th-round pick, was just poached by the Buffalo Bills from the New York Jets. Let me remind you, Mike White was also signed, who spent time on the New York Jets as well as the Miami Dolphins. Now, Brandon Beane did talk about this signing, and he openly admitted that kind of talks with Micah Hyde have paused and the door remains open. So Micah Hyde could very well come back. And I think the chances of Micah Hyde coming back are somewhat slim if the safety position ends up not working out for the Bills. If that does to be a reoccurring problem all throughout the 2024 season. And if the Bills make it to the glory land, if we make it to the playoffs, maybe Micah Hyde can come in at that point. Look, he already understands this defense. He could come in seamlessly and not miss a beat. It's just a matter of getting his body up to speed and in shape for the game. And I think Micah Hyde could very well come back if none of these safeties end up working out. But again, a handful here to mix in for the Buffalo Bills. Now Lewis Cine, Cole Bishop, Mike Edwards, Damar Hamlin, all competing for that opposite safety role to Taylor Rapp. And this is really all going based on his college career. Really has not done much in the league. Again, really a total of 10 games that he's played in and only one total tackle, one assisted tackle. Not a lot of stats to go off of, but again, we're familiar with him, and we can clearly see the snap counts here for each of the seasons. 43% snap count, 2022, 48% snap count in 2023. Not many total snaps, just not a lot of experience. Lewis Cine is a great signing for the Buffalo Bills to be on their practice squad. This is going to enable him more time to get familiar with the Buffalo Bills playbook, with their defense, to get him reignited with Jail Adai, his former coach in Georgia in 2021. We all saw that hit at the beginning of this video on Kyle Pitts. I think Cine is going to come in here to the Buffalo Bills and ultimately compete for that opposite safety role to Taylor Rapp. In my personal opinion, Mike Edwards has the most experience, and I think Damar Hamlin has the most experience working with Sean McDermott on this defense, understanding this defense more so than Mike Edwards. But what's the balance there? How much are we going to value Mike Edwards and his actual game experience playing for a different team, but under a similar scheme with Spags and the Kansas City Chiefs? I think there's going to be some translation there to the Buffalo Bills. But again, Damar Hamlin, understanding Sean McDermott, understanding this defense, I think definitely makes him a possible candidate to be starting opposite of Taylor Rapp come this season. And then Cole Bishop, the rookie for the Buffalo Bills, needs to get up to speed. Clearly a rookie, but we all saw it last year with Sean McDermott and his different big dime, big nickel packages here. We could very well see a mixture of these safeties going forward. I appreciate you guys all so much. Drop a comment down below on your thoughts on Lewis Cine and what he is ultimately going to bring to the Buffalo Bills this upcoming season. I truly believe he's going to make a big-time impact for us this upcoming year. But I appreciate you. Make sure you guys check the links down below in the description for the BNC chicken wing merch. This is really how you're going to help support me and my efforts for this channel. You guys can get sizes small through 5XL. We have black, blue, red, gray. We have a Zumba style. There's free shipping. I mean, really, really cheap. I hardly really make any money from these. They're $19.99. Very good quality too. You guys could check it out. A lot of people are very, very pleased. High reviews on the Etsy shop. Link down below in the description. But again, I truly appreciate you guys. I think the safety spot here for the Buffalo Bills is pretty much solidified. I'm very confident in the players that we have. And also the other thing that we have here is Micah Hyde sitting in the background, who could very well make an appearance later in the season, coupled with Matt Milano later in the season. Really, really think we're in great shape. Appreciate you. Hit like, subscribe, and go Bills.